What I want to talk to you real quick about here is wooden tools and what you should do first when you get ready to set up a camp, whether it's an emergency camp or a longer term camp and you haven't brought very many tools with you. The first thing you want to do is you want to find yourself a decent baton. If you've got a folding saw, that's easily accomplished. This one's made out of hickory. It's about as long as my armpit to my folded over hand, and it is about 2.5 inches in diameter. It's a good green hardwood. So it's going to allow me to baton quite a bit. However, in the end, I'd like to have something better. This will give me a throwing stick in an emergency if I need it for a little bit longer. It'd be a little bit better. But if I find an open terrain area and I can get close to a rabbit, I can always throw this and try to get food. I'm not going to be able to do that once I make a larger tool. So this gives me an advantage there. The disadvantage to this is it doesn't have as much forward momentum or inertia because of weight. And if I want to eventually use this on my axe, which is a good thing to do with a mallet because you can use your axe as a chisel, not only for larger notching projects, but also you can use it as a splitting wedge with a handle to split wood more safely than swinging the axe if you have a longer axe and not a small hatchet. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to collect a piece of wood that is larger, something the size of your fist, something of good green hardwood. So I want my head on this thing to be right here, and there's a knot here I'm going to take advantage of. So I think I'm going to go, well, this is the bigger end though, but I think I'm going to take advantage of that knot being there and this little curvature right here, and I'm going to take this side and start about right here and cut down about right there for now. And I don't have to get overexcited about this because I can always cut more off later. But if I go too deep to begin with, I'm going to be in trouble. So I really don't want these cuts to touch as I'm rotating this log around. Now we could perform this same operation with our axe, but with a small piece of wood like this and the fact that we're basically starting well outside of things, we're going to line up our knife with both sides of our cut, come in with our baton, shear down, just like this, right to that stop cut. Break that off. Little bark comes off, it's not that big of a deal. We're going to go around to the other side and do the same thing. It's going to be about right here-ish. Okay. And then we've got one more here on this side that we've got to take off. And I'm just going to cross that triangle right there, knowing that I made 3 cuts right there. Okay. Now we're just going to carve off everything that's not handle, and we'll have a mallet. So now I'm just kind of shaving down here to make sure that I'm all the way to my stop cuts, all the way around, and getting a good round shape to the lower portion of my handle. Any of those feathers sticking up, I'm just going to come around here and rock my knife into them and cut them off, just like that. Okay, so when we're done, this is what we've got. Now, bear in mind that our handle should probably be about the same diameter as the baton we originally cut. So you say to yourself, well, why'd you make that mallet when you had a baton? A couple reasons. Number one, you should never cut this baton large enough that it's not comfortable if you're holding your hand. But you need the diameter to give you surface area for pounding stakes, for hitting the head of an axe and things like that. You want more surface area than just this. It's also harder on your knife to put that shock point on the blade in one particular spot than spreading it across the surface of the knife with a larger diameter mallet. So once you cut your mallet down, it should be comfortable in your hand, yet still have that oversized end to give you that weight forward and take up some of that surface area for things like batoning your knife, your axe, or for pounding tent stakes. So that's the reason you will go from a baton to a mallet, okay?